Hey Guitar Heroes, today we are going to talk about C major scale, C major chords, C major key. What is a key? Some people don't necessarily know what that means to play in a key. They may have heard of that, but they're not really sure what that means. So today's lesson, we're going to talk about that. We're going to dive into that. And in fact, my challenge right now that I'm involving myself in is doing a 7-day 12 key challenge. So I'm challenging myself and my students, you included, to cover all 12 keys on the guitar in 7 days. It's definitely not going to be easy. That's why it's a challenge. So come join me now and you'll actually jump in on this free challenge right now in my classroom on Skool right now, SKOOL/Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero. Check it out. It's on Skool, and I would love to have you be a part of it. Let's dig in. Okay, so today we're talking about key of C. Well, what is a key? Not everybody understands exactly what a key of C or key of anything is, for that matter. So what I'm going to start with is literally just the notes and the chords that you're going to find in the key of C. So guess what? It's going to start with a C chord. And if I take this C chord and build a scale off of it, or really vice versa, I'm going to start with the C note and go from C to D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. So those are the notes in the C major scale. And 3 of those notes are in the C chord. So you've got C, E, and G. All right. Now, on each of the other notes in this scale, I can create a new chord. Like, for example, on the D, I can create a D minor, which is going to have the notes D, F, and A. And then on the E minor chord, or the E note, I'm going to have an E minor chord, which are the notes E, G, and B. And on the F, I would have F, A, C. So there's a full F, or a mini F, a smaller F. We'll get into some other variations on that, like the F major 7. Okay, and then on the G, we've got G, B, D. So here's a G chord. On the A note, we have an A minor, A, C, E. Now on the B note, this is one that's actually called the diminished chord, or at least the diminished triad, B, D, F. And we're going to deal with the diminished chord on another time, another video. But for now, let's talk about some songs or some riffs that we can play with the key of C. Well, one of them is the first one that I did in the beginning of this video, and that was... So Lean on Me by Bill Withers. Which consists of the note C chord. So I'll play the C note and then the C chord. C, D, E, F, then the F chord, mini F chord. Then walk back down. F, E, B, C, C, D, E. And I'll have to put an E minor chord there to G. And then C, C, D, E, F, F, E, B, C. G chord to C. Sometimes when I get to that B note, I'll just play the G chord. But that's Lean on Me. Literally key of C, and it's mostly C, F, and G chords. Now in C, we talked about the chords that you would find in that key, but the thing I didn't talk about was how you number them. So for example, C is 1, D minor is 2, E minor is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A minor is 6, B diminished would be 7. And then we go back to C being 1 or 8, really the same thing. 8 just being a higher version of 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's also called an octave. Every 8 notes is the same note. Okay, so when I do that, each one of these chords has a number associated with it. And you could talk about that in terms of Nashville numbers or Roman numerals. Usually I refer to it as Roman numerals, but there are those that like the Nashville method, and we talk about that actually in my group on Skool, skool.com/unleash your inner guitar hero. And I have a free beginner course in there as well, so come check it out. skool.com/unleash your inner guitar hero. It's my community. It's got people from all over the world, and I highly encourage you to come check it out. So I'm going to start with that C chord, and then D minor is the second chord, and then E minor is the third, and F is the fourth, and G is the fifth. Well, that Lean on Me song consisted mostly of the 1, 4, and 5 chords. Sometimes the 6th chord, the E minor, would fit in there as well. So largely it's a 1, 4, 5, 6, if you will. But if I do another song that is similar to that but different, also in the key of C, this would be Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan. Now his first 2 chords are the C chord and the F major 7. Now the F major 7 is like a normal F, except that it has an open E note on the top E string. Instead of laying that finger flat, you should leave it open. Okay? And so C to F major 7, and that's the beginning, that's the intro. So we're actually going to strum it like this. We're going to strum it like this. So chorus is, guess what? C, F, G. Okay, so that's Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan, and it incorporates the first 5 chords that are contained in that C major key or C major scale, because really you're just taking the scale and building a new chord on each note of the scale. So C, D minor, E minor, F, and G. All right, and so those are like I said, the first 5 chords in that key. I've also done a video previously on a song called Let It Be by the Beatles that uses very similar chords. Let It Be chords are C, and by the way, I will link a video that I did before somewhere at the top of this video. For a video that I did about this song previously, but for illustrative purposes right now, for the context of what we're talking about, I will just show you the chords and talk a little bit about the theory behind it. So again, it's key of C, but now we have the C chord and then the G, which is 1 to 5, and then 6 is the A minor, and then F is the 4. And then it goes. So when you get to the F that second time around, you're walking down the scale, or going down the scale, as opposed to going up the scale that we did for Lean on Me. Right? So both of these songs are using the similar chords, just in a slightly different configuration. So again, that Let It Be song by the Beatles would be a 1, 5, 6, 4, 1, 5, 4, back to 1. Okay, and we talked about the Bob Dylan song, which was the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 chords. So that's C, D minor. By the way, a lot of times I play D minor with a pinky here on the B string, 3rd fret, instead of the 3rd finger. That just makes it a little bit easier to get to the next chord sometimes, especially if it's an F. But I go to E minor, which is the 3, F, which is the 4, and G, which is the 5. All right. And then there's another example of a song. I'll also I'll link the video to this song as well. This is an older one from the archives, which you can go check it out. No Woman, No Cry, right? Do it again. Notice that there's that similar walk down that we just did in Let It Be, right? But in the beginning, there's this other thing that starts on the G, G, A, B, G, C, and walk down the G chord, but we're putting B in the bass, A minor to F, so C, G over B, A minor, so as it walks down from C, B, A, to F, C, and then there's a little walk down, F, E, B, C. All of these songs are example of songs that are in key of C, and they're using the C chords or some configuration of it. In this case, this is C, G, A minor to F, which is very similar to Let It Be, is it not? Which is a 1, 5, 6, 4. And then it goes back to the 1 and then the 4. And then the 5 is this. On the G. Very similar stuff. So all those songs right now are in the key of C, and they're using that C major scale. So if this is all new to you, what I suggest is learning those chords. So C, D minor, either this or like this, E minor, F, G, and A minor. And by the way, even on the A minor, there is variations, like you'll see like in Let It Be, for example, where if I take the 3rd finger off, I get an A minor 7. You can also add the pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, also on an A minor 7. I can do the same thing with the C, with a regular C. Just add the pinky on the 3rd fret of the C. It's still a C chord. We talked about the F and the F major 7. This one. I could also do what's called an F6, which is just putting the pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. It's a D note on the F chord. With the F chord, that's an F6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6th note in the scale from F. Makes it an F6. F major 7 with the high E, right? So each one of those are variations, and it allows you to actually play melodies with the chords. Right? With the chords a little bit as you're playing them. So I would learn these chords that I just talked about. So C, D minor, E minor, F, G, and A minor. Okay? And the scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. At least that one octave. And you can go all the way down to the G, all the way down to the E, even if you want to, and back up. And then all the way up to the G there. What I suggest though is if you start on the C, end on the C, and that'll solidify the sound of the scale and the key in your ear, both the C note and the C chord. And start to put them together a little bit. It's going to take some practice, it's going to take some time. Be patient with yourself. But once you start doing this, you're going to find all kinds of songs that use these chords and these notes in the scale to make riffs and so forth. So, key of C, talked about the notes, talked about the chords, talked about some songs. Let It Be, Lean on Me, No Woman, No Cry, and there's many, many more. So go check them out. Stay tuned for the rest of this challenge this week. This is day 1 of the 7-day challenge. Learn all 12 major keys in 1 week. And I hope you stick around and to enjoy it. You can also find this lesson and many more in my classroom on Skool, Skool.com/Unleash Your Inner Guitar Hero. Come check it out. It's a free community right now, free for a limited time, but I've got people from all over the world, all over the country, all over the US and all over the nation and all over, like I said, it's international. So I've got people from England and Australia and Canada and all over the place. Come check it out. You're going to have a lot of fun linking up with other guitar players and learning from them and learning from me. And I will see you there. In the meantime, keep jamming in the key of C and stay tuned for the next video that is going to actually show you how to play in the key of G next. See you there. Bye for now.